Hi Pisces, Heather here from the Crystal Vein Tarot, here to do your monthly reading for the month of June. That didn't work out. So this reading is for the Sun, Moon, Rising sign of Pisces, and it is for the month of June. It is a general reading, and as a general reading, the messages will not resonate for everyone, so be sure to check out your Moon and Rising sign readings as well. Okay, and I'd like to thank everyone for joining me today. I really appreciate you watching and tuning in, and for anyone who has subscribed or comment or sending feedback, I really appreciate all the feedback and the positive, the support and the comments that I've received, and for anyone who has subscribed, thank you so much, and thank you to anyone that is tuning in and that tunes in every week. I really and truly am grateful for all of you who are watching, and I really appreciate your viewership. So Pisces, let's get started. Okay, so we have the Two of Cups, and it's crossed with the Four of Swords. So the Two of Cups energy, I'll just hold this up so you can see the card. Oh, I got a glare on it. This way. So the Two of Cups energy, this is a card about partnerships. So it can talk about romantic partnerships, and most people think of it as being romantic partnerships because Cups energy is emotional energy. It's things that make us feel emotionally fulfilled. And but you see, you have this light coming in from the heavens. These two people's images are reflected in the cups. Their arms are intertwined here. They're about to, bring their cups together and as they do that, these two people will be coming in and their lips will be locking. So it's often seen as romantic kind of partnerships, but it can be partnerships where it's a partnership where there's a lot of mutual respect and appreciation for the other person. So this can be about your family members as well. It can be deep friendships. It can be friendships with colleagues and co-workers. So it can be any kind of relationship that you have in your life. It can talk about that. But there is some kind of partnership for any of those who it's talking about a romantic relationship. If you've been looking for a romantic relationship or you're in one, this can be a deepening of that relationship, or kind of like that next step. So the Two of Cups can talk about romantic love. It can talk about, again, partnerships of any kind. It can talk about proposals as well, like engagements, and it can also talk about marriage too. So it can be that next step in a relationship as well as it's deepening and evolving. And it's being crossed though by the Four of Swords, and the Four of Swords is a card of rest and retreat. It's needing that solitude. It's recovering from things. So if you are finding in the month of June that you are feeling kind of run down in any kind of way, make sure that you are taking time for yourself and time to rest and retreat. For some of you too, you could be putting a lot of energy into some kind of a relationship. Again, could be a business partnership, it could be in terms of family, friends, or it could be in a romantic relationship. And you may need to step back from it a little bit because you're just finding that that whole balancing that work, if it's a romantic relationship, balancing that work and home life, or that work and that relationship, you're just finding it's being draining, and there's only one of you to go around kind of thing, and that you need to take some time for yourself and just kind of recover your energies. But the Four of Swords can also be about, it can be a retreat, as in an internal retreat, so a mental retreat where you're going within. So for some of you, this can also play out with whatever kind of relationship this Two of Cups represents. This can be about you going within to seek answers regarding this relationship. So this can be a card that's about contemplative type energies, or even meditation, but going within that way for renewal and retreat instead. So if you have anything's come up in some kind of a relationship that you have, Pisces, this can be indicating that, so any issues that may have come up, it could be indicating that you need to go in for that reflection and that guidance. And then you have the Nine of Coins here in your foundation. And so this is about, this is a past energy. And the Nine of Cups, or sorry, Nine of Coins, this is a card that's really about, it's about being surrounded by luxury and abundance. Now, I mean, luxury and abundance, it doesn't need to be where you own a castle and you know, you have stables and you have, you know, servants waiting on you. It doesn't need to be like that grand of scale. This is about you feeling like you have everything, that your wants and needs are met. And you have everything that you need to be self-sufficient. So it can be even beyond just that kind of a level. But this is about you doing everything on your own. This is about solo pleasure. This is about solo financial gain. This is about being very self-sufficient. This is the card of self-sufficiency. Being in your foundation that has led to this, being in that position. This could be, you know, for so many of you Pisceans, you could be people that do things on your own. You want something, you go out and you get it on your own, and you achieve it on your own. That you enjoy being very self-sufficient. You enjoy providing for yourself. You love your life. You know. It can be seen as, this card can be seen as that single female who just loves life and loves doing things for herself and on her own. And now you have this Two of Cups energy in June, because this is this past position, and now you have this Two of Cups energy, which is about partnerships and letting someone in. And this could be creating a little bit of stress for you here, where you're really reflecting on that, like, oh, you know, now I'm kind of opening up to another person, and letting them in, and that can be a little bit difficult for people, some people, especially if they're so used to doing everything on their own and getting anything on their own, that can be a little bit challenging for you. And now you do have the the Eight of Wands here in your recent past. So this is energy that could still be around you even in the first week of June, but it is moving into that background. And Eight of Wands, this is about fast, speed, quick changes. It can be communication. So if, you know, with this Two of Cups energy here, this could be about you chatting with someone in this relationship. If it's we'll just, you know, talk about it as a relationship. It's evolving quickly and it's happening very fast. And you know, again, that could be for anyone who's very self-sufficient. That could be you know, it could be making you giving you pause to think a little bit, that you're not used to this, and it can be a little bit overwhelming. So with this Four of Swords, you could really feel overwhelmed with that. And but it's not a bad thing. Like, this is, you know, having a relationship, letting someone else in, it's not a bad thing, but it could be overwhelming, especially for those of you who are very independent. And because it is happening fast, and it's happening like Eight of Wands, this is whirlwind changes and things happening at that kind of a pace. So very quickly. And yeah, so I really feel like for many of you, for the month of June, there is some kind of a relationship. And I do feel like many of you, it's going to be a romantic relationship, whether or not it's a deepening of a relationship or it's a brand new relationship. Because you have the Six of Coins here, and this is in what's crowning you. And this is all about reciprocity. It's about giving and receiving. It can be about giving and receiving help, but it's also about generosity. And I really feel like, you know, with this solo self-sufficient card in your past, that you are learning to let in. And this is that whole give and take. And for some of you, where, you know, this Nine of Coins really speaks to you, it can be difficult letting someone in like that, and even depending on someone or relying on someone and having that, you know, where someone's coming in like that. And then you have the Page of Cups. Beautiful. Okay, for many of you, this really does talk about relationships, and more on the romantic or personal relationships rather than the career. For some of you, this still will relate to career, money, finances, but for many of you, this is going to be relationship month. You have the Page of Cups, and this is in your position of what's coming in and developing from all this. And the Page of Cups, they are messengers. They bring messages to us. They bring information to us. And so this is about a new love coming in. It can represent that. It can also just talk about, so for those of you, we'll just, you know, sidestep this a bit. For anyone who this does not speak to them about relationships, then that Page of Cups energy can represent a work or job, a message related to career. That is something that is really makes you feel emotionally fulfilled. So it's much more in line with your higher self or your life's purpose. Like makes you really feel fulfilled. So I mean, it can even be volunteer work that you're volunteering as well. So, and that would be like that giving and receiving as well. That's your strength. It's that giving and receiving and opening up in that way, that you're really opening up your heart this month. And this is how you're seeing the situation. It's that party card. So you have that Three of Cups here in that position of how you see things and how you're seeing things. This is the Three of Cups is often considered the party card. It is all about celebration and living it up. It's about having your circle of friends, your circle of support around you and celebrating with you and merriment and just such a feel-good energy for you. And you have the Ace of Wands here. And this is what is influencing the situation. Ace of Wands are new. Aces are always new things, new opportunities, new ideas, new starts, a new energy that has come in. It can be something huge and significant, or it can be something that's much more on a smaller scale, like you simply are more in tune and you get an idea coming in. So it can be, you know, again, subtle, or it can be grand. Being that Wands energy, you can tell by the picture. This is all about fire. This is all about creativity. It's about passion. It's about desire. It's about, you know, again, you know, something that inspires you and has that element to it. It's a nice energy, a very passionate energy, but quick energy as well. And that Ace of Wands, so this can be about a new project or inspiration or an urge to create. But if you're looking at a relationship, then this Ace of Wands represents that kind of passion and, you know, really connection, that fiery connection between you and someone else, that there can be this opportunity that's come in on that level. But for those of you that this relates to business, money, career, finance, then this can be a new project that really inspires you and allows you to tap into your creative energies this month. And you have the Empress. And this is what needs to be done behind the scenes. So you see the Empress here. She's seen as this pregnant woman here. And so the Empress is all about fertility, creation. It can see there could be a pregnancy as well. So for some of you, there could be you could be trying to get pregnant or getting pregnant, or someone around you. But it is about abundance. That Empress, she is surrounded by luxury. She is surrounded by abundance. She's kind of like that green thumb. She's able to plant that seed and grow it into something that produces abundance and fruit and you know, provides. It's very slow energy. It's allowing something to grow, having that patience to let it grow and evolve and develop. And so this Empress energy here in the position of what needs to be done behind the scenes, this is about something's in your life is really growing and developing. And again, if it's a relationship, then, you know, with this fast changes energy of that Eight of Wands, and then this energy of something really growing and developing and allowing it to turn into something abundant. It's a really beautiful energy for relationships. And then you have the Moon here. And this is in the potential outcome of where you're headed. And the Moon, it is actually your card, Pisces. This is you showing up in your reading. The Moon is the card of Pisces. But this is about, it's voluntary changes and you trusting your intuition and letting your intuition guide you. And again, you know, you have that Four of Swords energy about that going within as well. but it's really listening and tapping into that intuition. If you have any kind of, moon can sometimes talk about unforeseen problems. That's because the moon, it shines light down on the earth, especially that full moon, but it doesn't shine nearly as brightly as the sun. So the sun illuminates everything and you can see very clearly, whereas with the moon there's still some shadow, there's still some hidden. The moon can also talk about tapping into your primal urges, your primal. So for any of you with this fire, you know, with that, if it's a relationship and you have that fiery energy between the two of you, you could be, you know, finding sides to yourself and illuminating sides of yourself that are kind of hidden in the shadows, those more primitive urges that you know might have been kind of buried for a little while, and that's coming to the surface now. But for those of you, you know, who are, you know, especially as if you're someone who is very self-sufficient, and now you're finding you're kind of letting someone in, and that's like new waters for you, and it makes you feel a little bit nervous in any kind of way. This is about you listening to your heart and your intuition and letting that guide you as you move forward through this, Pisces. So wow, I don't feel like I need to pull any clarifiers, but I am going to pull one final angel tarot card for any final messages from Spirit regarding this reading. This is such a beautiful energy. I can't wait to hear any comments and feedback from any of you. Do remember, this is the reading for the month of June. If any of you are watching it, please, I'd love to hear comments more towards the end of June, just to see how this energy played out. I would love to hear back from you. And you have the 10 of Fire. Okay. So the 10 of Fire, this is about, you have a lot of work to do, but it's about accepting help from others, that you could be finding that there could be some stress related concerns because of things having a lot on your plate right now. So if you do, again, that 4 of Swords energy, if you do find that you have a lot on the go, or you're feeling a little drained and a little exhausted and a little stressed, make sure that you are taking time to rest and recover from that, because it does look like there's a lot of changes going on, a lot of emotional energy coming in for you for this month of June. So if you are feeling like your life is out of balance, and again, you know, with this 9 of Coins, if you were a very self-sufficient person, you might have been all work, and you know, if this is, you're letting someone in, this is, you know, you're moving towards creating balance in your life by allowing someone to come in. But so that 10 of Fire can play out so many different ways. But if you are feeling stressed in any way, like you just have a lot going on your plate, make sure that you take some time this month to yourself, and just, you know, have a me day, have a spa day, and just relax, because you are busy. You're definitely a busy person, and it looks like in terms of your, you know, your money, career, finance, and your emotions, and your, you know, that kind of side of your life, that you're just very busy and have got a lot going on. So Pisces, this concludes your reading for the month of June. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a fantastic month. I can't wait to find out how it plays out, and take care.